Well, listen, welcome to Pride Magazine Nigeria. I'm Dr. Claire Anyamosigwe. I'm the international editor, and I am here up close and personal with OC Ukeje, our very own Niger boy, who is dominating our screens at the moment. Your work has just been so, encapsulating over the last decade. You've done some fantastic things. My first encounter of seeing you on screen was actually in Gone Too Far, but I know that you've got a back catalogue of work, so talk to me about your early years as an actor, OC.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you very much, very kind things you said. But yeah, I've been fortunate to have been doing this since 2001.
Right.
Yeah, but the first 5 years of my career I was doing on the stage.
Okay.
And then I did a reality TV show in 2006 called The Amsterdam Malta Box Office, and then I did my first feature film called White Waters in 2000. It was released in 2008.
Okay.
And so, on top of that, things were slow, things were not working out. So I went off to do a training at the New York Film Academy in 2009, and then I came back and things started picking up basically.
Okay.
And then the African Magic Viewers Choice Awards came in 2012, and I think that was the second or third defining moment for my career, because that's when people really knew who I was. So it's safe to say that that's when they started recognizing all the stuff I've done basically. But that's been the journey so far.
Amazing. And so at the moment you find yourself as the lead co-star in Potato. Yeah. Talk to us about that project, because it looks so slick and sexy and modern. It's hilarious. And I've watched the film, and I remember into the first 10 minutes I was just like, I could just watch hours and hours of stuff like this. This is so, for a person like me, I love to see black love, and I love to see positive depictions of our lives on screen. And I just love that instant chemistry between you and Jocelyn. So what was the process like filming for you?
Fortunately, we had time to build the chemistry between the both of us.
Cool.
Because I worked with Shirley on a film before that. It was called Love or Something Like That, which was the first project I worked on with Shirley and Inspire Productions. And Jocelyn played, my love interest again.
Okay.
And in this one, we were not fighting as much. This time we were
so there was less fighting in this one.
Exactly, there was less fighting. So I had that advantage.
Cool.
So that with this film, it was that sort of thing where there was already the film, and they rallied together people that they can easily work with, to make it happen. Especially because we had time to build the chemistry. So it was one of those very last minute projects, we're like, look, we're about to make a film. Okay, we're going to get you to come in on so and so day. And you're like, okay. And then it actually happened.
Okay.
But it was I think an intense process, especially because we didn't have a lot of time. To shoot my bits, particularly because I had to go into Ghana and then fly out of Ghana back to Nigeria and then travel somewhere else again. And because we were exploring that aspect of relationships where it's largely novel, because we don't usually tell a story of a couple divorced living together.
No.
So there were dynamics of that relationship that we had to figure out, and we had very little time to try and figure that out. So there was a lot of, hands-on processes. I mean, as with other films, but in this case, amongst myself, Shirley, and Jocelyn, to figure out specific scenes and what those dynamics would be like, and why we would choose those options or make those choices. So it was a pretty intense process, but I think we did the film.
I think you did. Hey, you did a great job. I mean, it's fantastic. Like I say, because she's obviously a bombshell, and then you're sort of like, you feel like everyone's boy next door. Do you know what I mean? Like, you really, you remind me of, I don't know if you've seen Atlanta. I know that the guy is called Childish Gambino. That's his rap name, but his real name I'm not quite sure. But anyway, I was watching it, and he's got that essence like you, a bit like a man child. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got that baby face, but you're clearly an adult. Has that got you into trouble over the years?
It's a very good question because I know Childish Gambino.
Okay,
and
cool.
That is my exact thought about him because I'm like, well, he looks like a child, but he clearly cannot be a child with all the, what's it called, all the acclaim that he's getting from Atlanta. And I haven't watched Atlanta just yet, but clearly he's doing something right because, you know, people are following the show.
Yes.
And I decided that I was going to watch. I've seen him in 3 different projects, but not Atlanta.
Okay.
So you're right. I think that you have defined me succinctly because I've heard that a few times.
Oh, really?
You're also right because well, but not as clearly as you defined it. You know how you have an estimation of yourself,
sure,
and you know that people pick, you know, pieces of it. But this is the first clear definition. It's like, you know, you're a man child.
I've got like, people say to me I have like laser light analysis of situations, people. I'm into human behavior, psychology. I'm actually a classically trained actor as well, and I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm always dealing with people. And I guess in that sense I do have a good observation, but I adore like watching people and human interactions and trying to understand those little idiosyncrasies. How do people behave? What pushes them? What's their style about? And so when watching you, I'm just like, there's something really that childish quality is so alluring because you just don't know, is he gonna switch now? Is he gonna be angry? Is this a tender moment? You're sort of like on tender hooks, but not in a scary way. Do you know what I mean? In a really endearing way, and you feel so much like, oh, he could be my bro, you know, he could be my friend, he could be, you know, someone that could just chill with us and eat food and catch jokes, do you know what I mean? So you've got that real likability, and I guess that's why, you know, it really, really works. And obviously Shirley's done an amazing job of casting you guys in Potato. So talk to me about married life, because I know that you are married, and obviously if I was your wife watching you in some of these scenes, I'll be like, hey, what's going on? I mean, your wife must be a phenomenal woman.
Yeah, well, I have to say that I've been fortunate with that as well, because I mean, these physical scenes, again, with the fact that there's history or things to show you that people actually get into these physical scenes and develop emotions from the physical scenes.
True.
So I think that for those of us who have wives who approve of what we do, even though, I mean, there are bits and pieces of checks and balances here and there, we're just fortunate, you know, because again, you know, this is then trusting you, you know, to first of all have a lot of decorum, you know, with executing those scenes.
Definitely.
You know, and then just basically trusting that, you know, whatever you do at work is for work, and when you come home you're a different person.
Sure.
Which basically lends to, again, part of my character as a person and what you were just saying. It's that, you know, boy next door thing. Yeah, you do what you do for work, but then you come back and you leave, you know, the boy next door. So I've been fortunate to be married to who I'm married to.
Yay.
You know, who was comfortable with it, who had seen me through the many years of what I was doing it, and it wasn't a deal breaker to marriage. So
okay, cool.
I've been lucky.
Yes. Brilliant. That's fantastic. No, that's awesome. And so your other cast members as well, because you've got Blossom, who's becoming a really well-known face, and he's absolutely hilarious. He's just got a face that just makes you smile, right? Did you have some cutaway scenes where Shirley must have some footage somewhere where you lot are just like looking at each other and just laughing, because the two of you together, that romance is really awesome as well. What was that like for you?
So good thing is we're friends, first of all, outside of work.
Okay.
And I think the greater thing was when we met the very first time, and I don't remember if it was on a project or if it was socially. There were no airs between the both of us. Okay. Until tomorrow, there are no airs. So I think that usually helps you guys, I guess, work better because what is personal is also very good. So even some of the elements that we bring to the characters and to this film in particular, it's all off of the fact that we have personal conversations, we have a personal rapport that helps working together become much easier, than you would expect. Because I mean, it's crazy that you meet people you've never met before, and you guys have to develop chemistry or develop some sort of rapport instantly.
Sure.
It's a really difficult thing to do. So, in this case, we don't have those scenes, but we have a lot of inside jokes. We have a lot of goofing around before they say
cut, whatever, sure.
Yeah,
or action.
We have a lot of. We have one or two dirty jokes that we share between it.
Just being boys, just being the man child that you are. Right, I hear you.
And those things we will never share with the public.
So the things that are having your little beers and that, and you're cracking jokes, you're maybe recalling the joke that you told before the cameras are rolling, and that brings that natural energy to the screen. I love that. That's really, really cool. That is dope.
It is.
Yeah.
It really helps.
And so you've won a few awards as well. You won an AMA award. How is that like? Are you sort of conscious of time ticking and thinking you're choosing roles now with the Oscars in mind, say, or a BAFTA? Is that the benchmark for you, or are you just like in it for the passion? What's your sort of goal, OC?
I mean, Dr. Claire, come on. Anybody who wins an Oscar, or anyone who's in this business, really, there is a part of you that is just like, an Oscar's not gonna be bad. If in this lifetime, you get an Oscar, hey.
Yeah, sure.
But again, I started off doing this business, plenty out of passion. And then I remember my first award, and I'm just like, oh, that's nice. Okay, that's good. So that surprises you. And then I guess when you start seeing your name, showing up in most of these awards, you're just like, okay, so that means your work is actually pretty good. At least good enough that the judges, reckon with it. So I'm glad that starting off, I was not really conscious of the awards, and it was a welcome appreciation.
Sure.
And then when you're doing your work, you're also hoping that when it circulates, you get very honest feedback. And I guess the awards is, some sort of feedback. Even though I also think that, playing it in the Nigerian scene, you get to a point where you're happy about it, but you clearly want more. And you clearly want your work to circulate in the industries, that either have higher standards, for actors, or have higher standards for films generally, so that when you go toe to toe with people who have that sort of international recognition that blows you out of the water, then you know that you're improving as an actor because you're being reckoned with the best.
True.
So it will be nice, to do those kinds of films. I'm obviously selecting the kind of work I do, and especially again because that thing where they say the world is a global village is so true for us now, because
more so than ever.
That you put up now, it's like everybody who is your friend on social media sees it and can judge your work based on those things, So I guess you're also conscious of the kind of work you do, but whether there is appreciation for it by way of awards or nominations, it's really up to what people think about your work. So my business is just keep improving, and if you get into the kind of work that is Oscar worthy, I cannot complain.
Come on now, it's so true. No. Let's pray on that. That is in your sights, obviously, and that is in your vibrational space. And it's just a matter of time. It's just a role, and do you write or direct any work yourself?
No, I do not write or I do not direct.
Okay.
I'm too afraid of directing. I would like to produce. I just don't think that, and obviously this is a different kind of pressure, because when you listen to people tell you, oh, see, it's time to produce, and the estimation of that is it's based upon the fact that they think that with the amount of movies you've done, you've recorded some acceptable level of success, and so the next thing to do is to become a producer.
Sure.
And much as I understand that is a path to toe, and I would like to produce, I still feel, well, to some degree, largely underutilized as an actor. So I want to explore the markets outside of Nigeria as an actor before I go into producing. I don't know that I have the dexterity to be able to do both right now.
Okay.
So I still want to be able to focus on acting and see what the opportunities are outside of Nigeria first before I delve into production. Because the moment you start producing, with each project you have to devote 1 to 2 years of your life to see the whole thing through.
True.
So it's tricky that way, and I think I'll just wait it out. However, I would like to, maybe be co-producing, collaborating with people on those ends, figure out how you can, put yourself into the producing circuits just to see how that works out. And I'm having all those conversations and figuring out how that works. But produce my own work, not just yet.
Not just yet. Fair dues, and I think that's that's really discerning, because it is good to understand where you are in your life, as opposed to sort of everybody else seems to be wearing 2 or 3 hats. Let me try that. It's good to know yourself and stand firm in your ways, and approach things when you're ready to do that. I also noticed the fact that it was your birthday last month, and you're a Cancerian, so am I. My birthday was the 7th of July, and yours is the 15th. What did you do for your birthday?
I was sitting in Durban in South Africa promoting potato.
Work. I worked on my birthday, so.
Oh, there we are.
You better get that coin, dude. Hey, less of the old, okay? I'm 32 years young.
Honestly, that is a sign that we're old.
It's so true, though. It's so true.
We're not doing anything.
We're not doing nothing special. We're not partying.
It's another day.
It's another day. It's true. It's not. It wasn't a milestone birthday like a 30 or a 40. Like you're 30, you're mid 30s. I'm early 30s. It's like, nah. You know what I mean? It's not really something to really like. Yeah, let's get the cake and bring everyone round. But I just wanted to check if you did anything special, because I really didn't. I went to a concert. What's your favourite soup?
What's what?
What's your favourite soup? Do you eat stew? Soup? Are you Igbo?
Yeah.
Yay! Where's Lenu? Ha! Hey! Brilliant. So what's your favourite soup, dude?
It's either, I think it's probably a bono.
Yes! That's mine.
Yes, it's probably a bono. Yeah. But lately I've been focusing a lot on afang. I know afang is not a good soup.
No, I was going to say it's not.
I really like afang. She's like, no, it's not.
No. But yeah, I mean, soup is soup, especially depending on what leaves they use, and you can mix it up, make it kind of Igbo-ish, but. Hello? Sorry, we froze there. Let me just double check that the camera's still rolling. Hold on. Perfect, yeah. Good. We're all good? Alright, cool. So, Ogbono soup is your favourite soup. Bro, when you come over, because you're coming over to England, right?
Yes, I am.
You are. You're going to be at the premiere, the London premiere of Potato at Bath, which is the British Urban Film Festival. This is happening September the 9th, 2017 at the BT, the iconic BT Towers. This is a private building that's not been open to the public for 30 years. Film. Internationally, people are flying over, including yourself. People are coming from South Africa, from America, Nigeria, Ghana, all over the place, which is wonderful. So we have
got keeping fingers crossed that happens, because my appointment for my visa is tomorrow. My visa expired on the 1st of September. If I was in Lagos, I would have done it then. So I have to apply for
literally like a rush
by the 1st is gone.
Okay.
So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed that you will be there. And then when you come, we've got to take you to go for some Ogbono soup in Dalston. Do you know Dalston?
Nope.
You don't know Dalston in London?
Nope.
Ah! That's like...
Well, I've heard of it. I've never been there though.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. It's like little Lagos, basically.
Right. No, because
there.
I mean, I get my fix from, I forget the name of the place, but somewhere around Woolwich, Arsenal now. Like, there's this place I go to buy local food.
Sure.
I forget the name of the stuff. But
I forget it as well. It might be Lagos Island, or it might be something. Because they change. Sometimes they close down and then reopen as something different. But yeah, I know the one that you're talking right next to the station, and it's really tiny, but they sell all the best food right next to the station. Okay, that's dope. So we've pretty much come to the end of our interview. Is there anything that you want to say? That was sweet, wasn't it? It wasn't too painful,
yeah,
though.
That was sweet.
If you could define potato in 5 words, what would you say? If I hadn't watched the movie, how would you get me to watch this movie?
I would say, oh Jesus, in 5 words.
Yes, please.
Chaotic, interesting, intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, intriguing. Yeah, they're 2 different words.
Yeah.
Can I stick with 3 words, please? Thank you.
Right now, stretch your mind. Come on. Number 2. There's so much in the film.
Hilarious.
Yes.
And must watch.
A must watch, which is 2, but I'll let you have it because it's a dash in the middle. OC, thank you so much, bro. Really, really wonderful to meet you, you know, and to
Thank
see
you very much, Dr. Claire.
You are so
for trying
welcome.
to have this interview either way.
Yes, we made it work. We made it happen. I'm so grateful to you for your time. Good luck with your visa, and we just can't wait to welcome you in London, any which way. Okay, bro?
Thank you very much.
No problem. Catch you, Paul. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
That's your side of the kitchen?
I think this is a bad idea.
From the man who is living with his ex-wife?
You will stop at nothing to see me miserable. This from someone who asked me for a divorce. Let's not forget who broke up this marriage. I worked my butt off.
How's your handsome husband?
Hey, everyone is fine.
Man of steel, baby! You're not gonna try to slap me and then make it. It's fine.
Back it up, back it up, back it up. Hey baby, love sugar dumpling. I really wanna tell you something. Sorry, I don't wanna disturb you. Do you mind, can I slow dance with you? Then you push me up in the car.
Oh, is this allowed?
Let's do it.